Your time has come to fully step into the potential of new experiences. Let go of expectations of what they may bring, but rather be curious about how events will turn out. Envisioning the best outcome is one thing, but being attentive to the expectations of it is another. Your goals and visions will drive your focus and motivation, while being open to anything will allow you to appreciate whatever finds you. So it's your time to change anything you've been called to change. I want to give you 8 powerful reminders that will help you to, firstly, to become a ghost, maybe in your circle, to delete distractions, to forget attention and start trusting yourself. The secret that will set yourself free. When you recognize that the whole power was always within you, like Bruce Lee said, the successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. He meant by that only when you focus on your mission, on your whatever you want to accomplish, whatever you want to build in your life, you will be able to detach from unnecessary distractions and you will find a way to make it happen. And sometimes you can notice that life turns certain events in a way that actually they start supporting you in that direction. But sometimes events happen the way that it feels like a punishment. Sometimes we experience certain sickness. Sometimes we experience certain exhaustion. Sometimes we experience a separation in certain relationships. And we may say, oh, something bad happened. But from other perspective, we recognize that for the whole time we had that inner calling to build this thing, to make this change, to do whatever we felt called to do. But we kinda couldn't find time to do it. And then this disease happened, or that relationship has fallen apart. And suddenly we can see it as an opportunity for us to finally build the life that we always wanted to build. So if you really want to build a life of your dreams, I firstly want to remind you that no one cares about your dreams and goals. In fact, they don't want you to reach them because they don't want you to leave them behind. And that is so true. They want you to stay with them in their misery so they have someone to exchange their complaints with. That's why people don't want you to succeed. People don't want you to win in life. People don't want you to change your life for the better. Most people, not everyone, but most people, that's what all of us experience. Most people don't want for us to change for the better because then we will overgrow them. And some people just want to stay in the state of constant complainment, and those people like other people who are on the same frequency. That's why they're not supporting you. That's why when you're enthusiastically sharing your dreams, they say to you, it's not possible. Stop dreaming, my friend, because you know you will not succeed at it, right? So I want to remind you, stop sharing those dreams with them. No one cares about them. Put them into work. Do whatever you feel like you have to do. You know, laser-like focus means a coherent energy towards the future you're walking in. It means that you say no to certain distractions that are not allowing you to get there. So sometimes it's much better to delete certain social media so you can actually stay focused on your life, right? Epictetus, Stoic philosopher, said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." That is interesting, right? We say to ourselves who we are becoming. Some years ago, I wrote down into my manifestation block I was using back at that time. I was writing down who I am becoming, the life I am about to experience in the next 4 years. I've written something like that. Car that I have, emotions that I'm experiencing, things that I'm doing, hobbies, and so on. And all of those things happened. Of course, I was constantly learning and expanding myself and becoming the greatest version of myself I can be. We have to say to ourselves who we are becoming, right? And I'm saying to you, it's your time to say to yourself who you are becoming, to write down a list of these ideas of who you are becoming, and then do what you have to do, right? Then you know what you have to do. The second reminder I want to give you is that people who do everything usually accomplish nothing. Focus on your priorities and train yourself to master them. Train yourself to master them. As Aristotle said, the energy of the mind is the essence of life. So if you're constantly doing everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, you've done so much, but at the same time so little, and you've accomplished most probably nothing that you wanted. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do many different things at once, as long as you have it under the control. But when we really find something that becomes important to us, like maybe you find yourself at a situation where you don't like your job, or you're in the phase where you're thinking about other options like building your own business or whatever you may feel called to do, you will only make some steps towards that direction if you stop distracting yourself with useless information and useless things that are popping into your awareness, and you actually focus on potentials. You start studying something that can help you to grow, right? The energy of the mind is the essence of life, and wherever you place your attention, you place your energy. That's what you start feeding with your life force. So when you're constantly distracting yourself, you're wasting your essence, you're wasting your life force. But when you actually direct it into something important, you make it grow, right? You may not see the results immediately, but as long as you're investing in, they are growing into something. One day you will see them. The third reminder I want to give you that most people seek attention only because they are so unsatisfied with themselves that they want to prove their worth by showing up as somebody. If you turn it around and create a life with which you will be so satisfied that you will not feel a need to show it to anyone, you will just live it. And that is authenticity, right? You do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. That's how you will fill up your cup, so you can then share some of that magnificence with others, right? Rather than seeking attention only because you're unsatisfied and you kind of want to prove your worth, or you want to show up what you have, what you've created, rather work on building your life the way that you are satisfied with it. Start doing more things you love to do. Start spending, or rather investing more time with people you love, with people who inspire you to grow. Start reading more books that can help you to change your life for the better. And stop doing things that are not helping you to evolve. You will notice that your life will start changing. Maybe not in a few months, maybe not in 1 year or 2 years. But if you're keeping up with constant expansion, constant stretching of yourself, constant expansion of your intellectual knowledge, right? You will start putting things into work. You will start putting whatever you've learned into practice, and you will start making new experiences. And that is something that will start separating you from those who are not doing the work, from those who are not walking the path of a student who's becoming a master. And that will lead you to a new timeline. A huge shift will happen in your life because suddenly old life will start falling apart. And that may be happening to you right now. Old life is falling apart. Old relationships are falling apart. Certain habits you've been using for running away from your maybe unpleasant emotional sensations are falling apart only so you can discover who you truly are. So you can discover what truly is calling you. So you can discover how to make a life of independence so you can actually live a life of your dreams. The fourth reminder is to go all in your dreams because life only supports real investments. And I will tell you what this means. Real investments are made through devotion and understanding of the field in which you're investing in. Understanding expands through experience, and consistent new experiences are explored only through devotion, right? So life is inviting you to go all in your dreams. And that is the greatest investment you will do with your life force, with your energy. Go all in. Of course, it doesn't mean to immediately quit your job or immediately separate yourself from everyone. Or maybe you need to. Who knows? Be conscious around that. But notice, if you really want to make something possible out of whatever you may be dreaming about right now, you have to go all in. Like when I've started painting, I knew that if I would do it just as a side, what people call side hustle, you know, when you're going at the job and when you come home, you do a little bit of this. I knew that if I really want to become a good artist, if I really want to build something out of it, I need to go all in. I need to invest all my time into it. And sometimes it's a heavy decision and you don't need to do it like that, but recognize how much you're really paying attention to it, how much you're really paying attention to the life you want to live and how much you're working in this direction. Life supports real investments. That's why so many times we fail at investing into something we don't understand. So we have to be aware of that. The real investment is through expanding our experiences and being devoted to whatever we want to make it grow. The fifth reminder I want to give you is that when you're willing to grow in private, you will shine in public. And to shine in public, I don't mean any egoistic way of shining, like having golden chains or whatever. I mean that whatever work you do in private, this is the personal work, the inner work, the soul transformation, change of habits. You know, when nobody's watching you, that work will always be seen when you're out in public. You will behave differently, you will express yourself differently, and that's how you start shining differently. When you're willing to grow in private, you will shine in public. The sixth reminder is to detach from one specific outcome and open up yourself to the possibilities that the universe holds for you. This one is so important because, you know, if we envision something we want to experience, and then we hold up to the expectation of how it should happen, we may miss all the opportunities that finds us to experience maybe even greater results that we've envisioned. So to be open means that we see what is finding us with an open heart of gratitude for potential growth. seeing everything as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to get us to where we want to be. And sometimes we may burn ourselves at those things, but it's still a lesson. Nothing is a mistake if we see everything as a lesson, right? We can learn from anything, even from our mistakes, even from being scammed sometimes. We may lose some money, something weird may happen, but we've learned a lesson. What if you would be scammed later when you have more money or whatever? So everything is a lesson. And once you start looking at everything as a possibility, of course, don't be naive, but also don't be so closed-minded when it comes to something new. So the art is in moderation, but to be moderate, we need to be well experienced. And to be well experienced, we have to try many different things. And to try many different things means that we'll burn ourselves quite often. And it's okay, as long as we are not doing it too often, so we exhaust ourselves. It's all the art of moderation. And I want you to practice it. Practice the art of moderation. Try new things, not too much, but not too little. Keep expanding yourself. And the seventh reminder, be patient as your life slowly turns into what you're building. It doesn't happen at your desired timing, but at the divine one. And the divine one always works on time. That's how this universe works. You never get something at the exact time that you want, but you always get it at the divine time. And sometimes you don't get what you wanted, but you always get what you need. And when you start looking at everything as this is what you needed, you will start learning from everything much faster. You will ask yourself, okay, why I needed this? What can I learn from here, from this? And maybe what do I need to change? What do I need to apply? And that is already really, really powerful. So be patient as your life slowly turns into what you're building. And the last reminder is that sometimes being a ghost in your circle, disappearing means detaching from unnecessary gatherings because you need me time, recharging time, your time to provide to yourself everything you've been doing for others. To find yourself, you have to turn away from the crowd and notice what remains. And this is really powerful. When you turn away from the crowd, you will notice what remains. Your monkey mind will remain, many stories, thoughts, memories will remain, many different emotions. But behind all of that, there's inner stillness, there's inner quietness, and in that quietness lives creativity, lives potential, lives something you're about to discover. And as you're about to discover what was always within you, you will notice that you needed to turn yourself away from the crowd because it was distracting you from who you truly are. So to find yourself, you have to turn away from the crowd and notice what remains. And sometimes to see what really lives within you, you have to go on that solo journey of self-discovery. That's why usually during the spiritual awakening, people tend to be in solitude, like traveling alone, spending free time alone, being alone in nature, walking alone, doing certain sports and activities alone, because they don't need some other mental impulses from external world, because what they're doing, they are purifying their inner world. That's why solitude is so important. In solitude, you discover your soul, right? In solitude, you discover your soul. So don't be afraid to go onto a solo journey here and there to discover what was sleeping within you. And it's your time to do it, my friend. When you do it, everything is about to change. Everything is about to change, and you're entering into a whole new life. A whole new life, my friend. So open up to it. I hope you found something valuable today. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. Stay beautiful, stay creative, and I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting as well. Thanks to everyone for supporting my art in our Etsy shop. I draw my passion. You're all truly appreciated. Till next time, one love.